morning, everybody. My name is Nkwimba. With my fellow here, we are here to present about human resource management, and I would like to welcome my friends to introduce themselves. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Makongoro. We are here to present about human resource management from the course EE 105 by Dr. D.F. RUTATORA. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Rwakatema, Kokutangilila Rwakatema, and I'm here also to present about human resource management. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Enock Ryatuu. I'm here to present the human resource management. Thank you.
Okay, by starting with human resource management, this involves the management function through which the managers recruit, select, train, and develop organization members. I hope everybody understands. And human resource planning is the process which involves the objective and systematic assessment of present and future staffing needs of the organization, identifying the available personnel to satisfy the current needs, forecasting the future demands and supply of the workers, formulating staffing strategies which are view to both short-range as well as long-range strategies, plans, and continuously monitoring, evaluating, and updating these needs and source of supply. So, as we see, human resource planning deals with the overall planning management or planning strategies in which it starts from recruiting the workers until the forecasting the future demands of the supply of the work. The importance of human resource planning improves the utilization of human resource by helping the management forecast the recruitment needs in terms of both numbers and types of skills. So, you cannot recruit these workers by just recruiting. You just don't know how many numbers of workers you need or types of skills you need. You just have to know how many people you need and what type of skills do you need in your management. It also focuses the recruitment efforts on the most likely source of supply, and this will cut down the total cost of hiring and training personnel and reduce costs associated with hiring practices. It makes provision for replacement or backup staff from either inside or outside the organization whenever the need arises, either on a temporary or permanent basis.
In addition to that point, this happened when someone has died or quit. So the organization should have this human resource planning so that you should have the replacement of those who have already left of the organization.
Okay, another point. It helps to achieve an integration and personnel plan with other operating as well as strategic plan by making available the personnel management information, the database to other organization operations.
Okay, so the next step is how to staff the organization, staffing the organization. This consists of 4 sequential steps. The first is recruitment, second is selection, third is training and development, and the fourth one and the last one is performance appraisal. So we're starting with recruitment. It is a process designed to attract a qualified pool of job applicants to the organization. Hence, a person needs to consider the job analysis, job description, job specification. What is job analysis? This is an orderly study of job recruitments and involves the systematic investigation relating to the operations and responsibilities, including knowledge, skills, and abilities required for the successful performance of the job. Information collected must include the work activities, nature of the physical environment, types of the equipment and tools used, performance standards, and personal attributes of the workers, example skills, training, and experience. Job description. These are the written statements that outline the duties and responsibilities involved in performing jobs. Job description is a tangible outcome of job analysis. as who does what, when, where, how, and why. Includes the following: job identification, brief summary of the type of the job, duties performed, type of the machinery handled, and working conditions. Job specification. Specify the characteristics of the individual who should be hired for the job. This includes the physical characteristics, health, height, weight, vision, endurance level, hearing, color, reflexes, motor coordination. The second one is responsibility. Supervision of others, responsibility for safety and others, etc. Other characteristics, for example, age, sex, education, experience, training required, fluency in language, etc. Recruitment process. There are two types of process of recruitment. This is internal and external. Internal sources involves in the announcing vacancies through bulletin boards, newsletters, and words of mouth within the organization, in a certain company. Okay. And the external sources, this includes the new entrants to workforce, for example, college, university students, and unemployed people, and retired, experienced persons. Okay. The second one is selection after recruitment. My fellow here will explain about selection.
So the second process is selection. Selection is a process of choosing the right candidate from the pool of applicants. The steps to be taken in the selection process can be as follows. 1. First of all, you should be familiar with the requirements of the job as well as the qualification and expectation of the candidate. The second one, you should conduct a preliminary screening interview to have an initial assessment of the candidate's ability and aspiration. The third one, completion of the formal application form, which summarily lists a person's background, education, experience, and the special skills. The first one, we should check the candidate's reference and seek opinions from his or her previous employers or instructors to be done prior to comprehensive interview so as to get a better idea about the candidate. And the last one, you should give a certain test to the candidate, if necessary, to make judgments about the specific aspects of the candidate, example, intelligence test, aptitude test, or the performance test.
Okay, another point is training and development. Training and development, it is the process and the developing knowledge, skills, behaviors in people that will enable them to better perform their current and future jobs. Training programs are primarily directed toward maintaining, improving current job performance, while development programs are primarily intended to development skills for future jobs. The need for training and development. Increase productivity due to improved job performance, improvement in employee morale. I think everyone knows about the morale. Employee morale. Okay. Availability for future personnel needs of the organization, improvement in health and safe, reduced supervision, personal growth. This includes wider awareness, a sense of self-certification and fulfillment. Okay. Also, organizational stability. This includes training program tend for foster initiative and activity of employee, which increase a sense of belonging, thus preventing manpower absorption.
Another thing is training technique. There are two types of the training techniques, which are on-the-job training and off-the-job training. So starting with the on-job training, this is the one which is most and the widely used method, and it means putting the worker and job under close supervision of the trained instructor. This means in the organization, if there is any change or any applies of the change of technology or a machine or a new machine in which there is nobody who is aware of how that machine or mode of operation of that machine. So the workers inside the organization needs to be trained so that they can improve their knowledge and the skills of the new applied technology or problem in the organization. So that's on the job training technique. And
in the off-the-job training, this means, for example, in a company, a manager or the human resource manager takes people who are outside the company, workers who are outside the company, maybe the unemployed or the university students, and maybe by recruiting and conducting interviews, then train them in off the job and then takes them back to the job for doing the work which was supposed to be done, but first to be trained. So that is off the job. Actually, it's the opposite of the on the job training.
Yes. In addition with that, for example, in maybe whatever Tanzania Brewing Company Limited, so if they have to hire another workers, so they will have to train you because they know you are fresh from college. You do know a lot of things in theoretical manners, but they need performance. So they will have to train you so that you can be aware with the mode of operation and how the machine works. So by hiring people, they give you probation of maybe 3 or 4 months. In that course of time, you will be learning how to operate the machine, not theoretically as you have been learned from school. So that's off the job training techniques.
Yeah, actually, training and development, as my fellow said, it is the process of developing knowledge and skills and behaviors in people that will enable them to perform better their current and future jobs. So it's not a must that a person, maybe a training is needed just because maybe a technology has advanced or somebody maybe has quitted or there is a need of workers. It's not all about that.
Okay. The discussion about human resource management is over, but I want to give you a short summary about what we are discussing here. Human resource management is all about the process of looking for new workers, and this process needs a lot of procedures. These procedures, as we have explained, that we need to know the vacancies which are needed, so that we can find new workers and hire them in that positions. And these new workers, they have to be trained because they need to adapt the new technology or the new process that is going on in human resource management in that working place. Shortly, I can say that this human resource management is important in any company because it is the one which deals with looking for the workers and all the activities involved in the company. For example, when we are looking for, or we want to have good interaction between workers, so human resource management also is involved. So this human resource management is very important in any company. Thank you.
Once again, it's Makongoro from Food Science and Technology student side here, the finalist. So we would like to give thanks to all the viewers who have watched our video through YouTube. We would like to give also a special thanks to our supervisor and instructor, Professor D.F. RUTATORA. We, together with my fellow friends over here, we are from Sokoine University of Agriculture in Tanzania, Makongoro. So once again, we would like to thank everybody for viewing our video and our discussion from the course EE105. Thanks.